you. History will be very kind to you and your generation, in fact. Thank you very much. So, before I talk about the PET, that's if I still have time after this. I've heard a couple of persons talked about Emefiele. Can you guys still hear me, please? My network is acting up. Am I still heard?
For now.
Okay, for now. Oh, great. Great. Okay. I've heard, oh my goodness, I've heard some persons talking about Emefiele being the reason why Tinubu lost an election. Please, we have to correct this. Emefiele did nothing. Buhari's misrule, nepotism, and whatever made Tinubu to lost the election. Emefiele did not go for Naira redesign at the time the obedient movement came up. Emefiele did not do anything before the obedient. Some persons went and started telling PDP, give SOB. Okay, so Emefiele did nothing other than they just want to distract Nigerians right now because they just need something to move the minds of Nigerians away from the current hardship they've inflicted on the people. So they just need Nigerians to have something to talk about. So thank God for the obedient movement. Like the Bible says, that the children of Issachar understood the time they were. The obedient movement.
Wait, so is that just me?
Now you got some well, man. You said you hear her till now. Now she don't lose her thing.
No, I didn't mean it. She was asking if anybody can hear.
No
Anyway,
say you give her the bad luck. My sister.
hopefully maybe she might come back to finish the submission before before NCs. NCs. I repeat it for NCs. NCs be like say Elon Musk. What did you do to Elon Musk?
Hello, lolo. My Elon Musk boy, no mind that.
Yeah. NCs, you are welcome back. We're about
But
rounding up.
I'm coming to understand that Twitter Spaces, just even as an app or as a service, is terribly flawed, and it has so many issues. But that is by the way. I never left the show. I've been here. I just got knocked off at some point, and it was a struggle for you guys to find me. This is normal. I go through this all the time. So thank you very much. I'm here. I've been listening to everybody. I'll give a submission later on. Continue.
Okay. Actually, we're almost rounding up. So,
My brother, I beg give us submission now. But give us that Ngige paradox now.
so that's not the way for the
I beg.
paradox.
I want shut down this place now. I beg. Don't tire. I want rest.
No, let me give. I'll do it on Tuesday. I'll do it on Tuesday. I promise you.
No,
Because it's actually
now
lengthy, and if you
oh, guys, I forgot
eh,
to tell you all of you. Oh, well done. I just actually saw the breaking news for your Twitter space on parallel facts. That's amazing. Well done, Saddam. Well done, Cizo. Well done, Everbest. Well done, Jimmy.
They well done us. You now made a post and you not tag us.
I just saw
You
it. It
not
was
tag us.
breaking news to me. It was breaking news because I was in the courtroom and usually I got to the hotel, I slept off. So when I saw it, I was like, wow. And nobody even said, you people have won one. Come on, Saddam. And it was actually very amazing. And if you look at the fact that even the people on top of you were the owners of Twitter, practically the runners of Twitter were the only ones on top of you. Practically, you're like the second biggest Twitter space right now in the whole world, not just in Africa, in the whole world, the second Twitter biggest space. So, and I think we can actually do more, bringing in the one person that we know truly, truly won the elections, and the one person that we know can truly, truly make Nigeria what we all want it to be. So well done to everybody and every one of you that attended that Twitter space. You all made this happen. If you were not there, we would not have that number. So kudos, kudos, kudos. Cizo, Saddam, Parallel Facts, and every other person on Vawulence space.
Oh,
well done,
all
Sarah.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. NC, you want to say something?
No, I was just saying well done, Sarah. Thank you. Just to
Oh,
what
okay,
she
okay.
said.
Yeah. All right.
Saddam, do I go ahead?
Go ahead,
Please go
though.
ahead, please.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So on our last Twitter space, I brought up a theory I have been working on called the Ngige paradox. A bunch of obedience, even from Edo State, gave me another angle to this theory. They called it the Osumbo paradox because apparently something like this happened in Edo State. But
Yes, yes.
The Ngige paradox is a very fair and apt name because it involved Peter Obi in Anambra State. So I think it makes it more powerful than the Osumbo paradox, which I'm currently investigating. And when I'll be able to draw those similarities, I'll break them down for you. So let's just please, I'll be urging you. Maybe you go and call your friends that have left the space to come and listen to this again, so that we really get all of this together. So let's start here with the man called Chris Ngige. All right. Now, apparently, you can Google this everywhere. Chris Ngige was abducted while he was a governor. The whole theory I'm going to read to you is very important as to why the process by which you answer your excellency must be excellent. If you know anything about a man becomes more intelligent by what he experiences, not necessarily even by what he reads or what he sees. It's what he experiences that makes a man. Peter Obi is a political genius because of what he has experienced. Let me read you something. Now, apparently, Peter Obi, in the beginning, when he was governor of Anambra State, 3 times the mandate that was given to Peter Gregory Obi was stolen by the PDP. And 3 times, Peter Obi recovered that mandate through sheer doggedness, honesty, and downright sincerity. Now, let me give you a history how this happened. The first time, Peter Obi had won the election in Anambra State by a landslide. The state was in chaos in April of 2003. Just cast you in April of 2003. Anambra State had a governor called Governor Chinwoke Mbadinuju. He became governor in 1999. He did 1 term and was such a disaster as a governor. He was known to actually have a killer squad, and people who spoke against him were known to have been killed, even down to the very funny death of the head of the Nigerian Bar Association, and I think his wife. If you remember how terrible Mbadinuju was, then there's no need going into his history. Peter Obi came in as governor in April of 2003. The people of Anambra massively voted for a young man who had started his political campaign with a new party called APCA. APCA at the time was not the PDP. It was not the party in power. So nobody today, Peter Obi start to run election with some brand new party and has won elections. We move. Now, this mandate was stolen and by the PDP and given to Chris Ngige. Peter Obi went to court to retrieve that mandate. Now, while the court case was grinding on painfully and slowly, all kinds of offers were made to Peter Obi to abandon his petition and let Chris Ngige continue as governor of Anambra State. Now, this is crazy because I'll tell you something that happened factually. When the court case was going on, it is on record on Sahara Reporters that out of the blue, President Obasanjo told a shocked nation that the rigger of the election was a man called Chris Uba, and the beneficiary of the rigging was Chris Ngige. Apparently, Obasanjo was forced to make this statement when in his living room, Chris Uba had told Chris Ngige, "You know you did not win the election." And Chris Ngige had replied in front of the president, "Yes, I know I did not win." The tribunal subsequently sacked Ngige. A number of people rejoiced, and Peter Obi was made the governor. Now, despite Ngige's pretenses to being an acting governor, Ngige went to the appeal court and was defeated there again, and Peter Obi was then installed as governor in March of 2006. So let me now take you people. There's a reason I gave you this preamble to take you people to what happened between 2003 when Ngige stole Peter Obi's mandate and the 3 years Peter Obi was in court fighting for that mandate. This is where we have the theory of the Ngige paradox. What is the Ngige paradox? The Ngige had his Peter Obi had his mandate stolen by 3 brothers. They were the Uba brothers. If you think Lagos has only 1 Jagaban, Anambra had 3, and there were 3 brothers. These brothers got together and put in Chris Ngige as governor of Anambra State. They had no plans for greatness. Let me remind you people, Chris Ngige did not come into Anambra State to work. The plan was to come in, embezzle money and bankrupt the state, them regular trademark. There was confirmed stories where the Uba brothers had told Ngige that Ngige would give them the responsibility of choosing at least 90% of his cabinet. Ngige was also meant to be giving them a certain amount of money from the state coffers for doing nothing just by being his political godfathers. After all, this was quote unquote the money they had spent on the election to get him in. Same thing with the Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC government. If you think that this government had planned to come into power to work, it is a lie. Use Buhari and know the level of impunity they had planned. Use the fact that they did not go for any debates, they did not go and speak to the Nigerian people even once all through the campaign season. The plan was to come and thief money and recoup all they had spent in the election cycle. And that is where we get to the Ngige paradox. Anytime any government in power does not have a strong opposition that literally sets fire to their nyash, that government will not work. I promise you that if Muhammadu Buhari had a movement on his tail as strong as the obedient movement from day one, he would have blocked Twitter probably earlier, or he would have been a more responsible president a long time ago. But we had left all this opposition. We had left all this opposition to the PDP, who were doing a shoddy job, and all they were planning to do was, we'll kiss ass here, kiss ass there. If we win, you know the rule, they cross carpet to the other side, and the game continues to the detriment of the Nigerian people. So this was where this paradox started from. Chris Ngige was forced to work and work well in Anambra State. He had no option. The young man had taken him to court in an election tribunal as far back as 2003 in a Nigeria that had just come out from military rule barely 3 years ago. The man could not understand what was going on. But obviously, they knew that they had rigged their way into power, and even in any court of law, Chris Ngige could never be established as governor of Anambra State after any sort of tribunal. He knew. So what was the game? To start working. Oh, Chris Ngige tarred roads in Anambra State. Let me remind you people that Chris Ngige's problem with his political godfathers in Anambra State started because he started working with the money that he had promised to be dashing his godfathers. Chris Ngige could not afford to give his godfathers 90% of the state appointments because there was a young man called Peter Obi, former bank MD, billionaire in dollars, respectable human being with the pedigree to be a great governor on his tail. And even worse, like what happened in 2023, that man had legally won the election. Oh, Ngige worked. Ngige was going everywhere. Short man devil. He was everywhere. And as what is happening now, it happened in Anambra State. The influencers at the time started saying, hey, Peter Obi, maybe you should withdraw your petition after all. The process by which Ngige is answering your excellency was not excellent, but he's showing some signs of excellence. Same thing Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing today. This was how Ngige was going. Ngige will go. Ngige did what they call road revolution in Anambra. He was fixing roads, tarring roads. Ngige was doing everything doable to get eligibility on the side of the Anambra people. But let me remind you of something. When the tribunal, after 2.5, 3 years, gave Peter Obi back his mandate, there is one road Peter Obi built in Anambra State that makes every road Ngige built look like coins. It is the 10-lane express that you drive when you land in Anambra State from the bridge in Onitsha. Excellence. Bola Ahmed Tinubu built 3-lane express from Bonny Camp or to VGC Aja and put 2 toll gates there. Peter Obi built 10-lane express in Anambra, free for all. He would have built that express to Enugu State, but the federal government of the PDP did not even allow him build because it was federal road. Let him not take the glory of that road. That road is still functional till today. Go and verify. What Peter Obi achieved for Anambra State people dwarfed Chris Ngige in less than 3 years. We don't remember, when we speak of Anambra now, we don't even call Chris Ngige at all. And also to show you how much of a fraud Chris Ngige was made Minister of Labour and led Nigeria into multi-dimensional poverty and the highest unemployment rate in this country at 65% unemployment rate. The highest ever. The highest ever. If he was that spectacular as he claimed as a governor, Peter Obi has been spectacular in every other position he has held since he left governance. Chris Ngige was made common minister of Labour. And between him and Lastus Keyamo, they plunged the Nigerian people into more unemployment. Oh, Chris Ngige went to all the markets in Anambra then. He was known to all the traders. He was dashing money left and right. He met all the royal fathers in Anambra, sat down. He has pictures with them. Chris Ngige has... Look, in that 2 or 3 years Chris Ngige was governor, he did more than. But when Peter Obi entered, we now understood that excellence, there's a difference. Peter Obi dwarfed every single thing. So if we had agreed, if Peter Obi had even agreed that, okay, cool, maybe Ngige built a road here, a road there, a market here, a market there, and is good friends with a royal father here and shook the hands of some students there, maybe he should continue. We would not have had a 10-lane express in Anambra State that has lasted from 2006 till date. The Ngige paradox is what is haunting Bola Ahmed Tinubu today. There is a reason why when Bola Ahmed Tinubu started running for president, out of all the politicians in this country, Ngige, Dr. Chris Ngige, the current Minister of Labour, or just former Minister of Labour, said, I am not supporting any candidate and did not put out his support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, despite the fact that he's in the APC. Go and verify. Ngige refused. Why am I saying this? Let me give you a quick rundown of what Bola Ahmed Tinubu has achieved in the last 1 week. For the idiots that come out and tell you, hey, man, he's walking. He's walking. Let me start here. In the last 1 week, Bola Ahmed Tinubu removed subsidy in the worst way possible, in the most retarded and dumbest way possible. In the last 1 week, we almost ended in national chaos, but they have gone to fragment the Nigerian Labour Congress, which had planned to go on a strike. If you remember, all the APC does is divide and destroy. There is nowhere in their constitution for divide and conquer. The NLC has been rendered a toothless bulldog as we speak. In the last In 1 week of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's governance, the DSS went into the EFCC office and scattered everywhere. Please, obedience, be noticing the way the DSS will be moving under this Nazi regime. Just notice the word DSS. Notice them. It got to the point Tinubu had to put his mouth inside infighting between parastatals and departments. The DSS went into the EFCC and were arresting people. Today, the DSS has arrested the former CBN governor. I hate Emefiele up and down. What are the charges? What can we start obeying law and order in this country? What are the charges by which the CBN governor was arrested? A man with non-cartel links. And everybody this week, if there's anybody I will commend, please, if you're from Edo State, go and help me thank the Oba of Edo State, the Oba of Benin. In that useless meeting of Tinubu with the royal fathers today, one royal father was conspicuously absent, and that was the Oba of Benin. Because the Oba of Benin, like the people of Benin and Edo States, they stand for the truth. And I must commend them. I want to remind you, nothing has been done in 1 week. Hit the ground and running. Hit the ground fast and running. Day 2, keep running. Day 3, don't stop running. Nothing has happened in the last 10 days. In the last 1 week. Matter of fact, I will also show you proof that on the first day, I will post a link on the Jumbotron. This is called Tinubu's First Week in Aso Rock by Leon Osigbe, June 7, 2023. You can Google this for yourself. Go to the book of Google, the Nigerian Tribune newspapers, Tinubu's First Week in Aso Rock. Now, let me blow your mind. This is something you need to crack up. A man who told you that I will hit the ground running on my first week. Let me read this to you. After his inauguration, Tinubu resumed duties in the presidential villa as president on May 30th. It was not a smooth start. He arrived at the forecourt of his office in Aso Rock nearly 2 hours late. This was a new experience in the villa because we have been used to the promptness of the last 8 years of Buhari. Believe it or not, at least they said Buhari used to come for meetings early. Mr. Hit the ground and running from day one came to office 2 hours late on day one. All these things he's doing, you would think that he's working, but wait till the man who legally won that position gets into power. They are all being haunted by the Ngige paradox. Breaking news an hour ago states that Mele Kyari, the head of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, has been suspended. What are the stories you are seeing on the timeline? Hey, Tinubu is serious. How much Tinubu mean these people? Tinubu ready to... Didn't Buhari do the same with Dasuki? Didn't Buhari do when he came in? Dasuki, everybody, yeah, who remembers how they were dragging Olisa Metu that time? And then it was 8 years of disaster and chaos. Let me just say this. A friend of mine was cracking up. He said, N6, you don't know this about that. He knows one of the Supreme Court judges on our case. And that the man was complaining the other day about the price of fuel. And that he had to send his driver to buy petrol for him. I laughed. I said, she's Supreme Court judge. I want to know whether APC, the only thing APC could do this week was to increase the retirement age of judges to 70 years. APC will still, I bet you APC will still give 100 liters to every Supreme Court judge just to, quote unquote, ease their stress to tribunal and back. Look, Muhammadu Buhari and Yemi Oshibanjo destroyed this country under the APC. Tinubu is not in Aso Rock under another party. Tinubu did not run his campaign with a different set of people than the people in APC under Buhari. You have seen their pictures and their videos. You have seen all the people in Aso Rock of late. Nobody, there's no new face in Aso Rock that was not there 8 years ago. So even Wike is in Aso Rock as we speak, canvassing for positions. He is not bringing anybody new. In the last 1 year of elections, he has not frolicked with any technocrats. It has been Dele Alake, Keyamo, and the rest of these charlatans. He has nobody new. He played his best first 11 under Buhari. Fashola, Kemi Adeosun, was the one minister for public holiday. He played his best first 11. His second 11 is Sonolu, Dakwa Abiodu, Keyamo, Alake. Those ones are even more retarded than Fashola and the rest of them. So this is the second 11 they are bringing now. So any policy you see, if they tell you that we have a policy to deregulate the electricity sector, just like the way they did subsidy, it will be terribly and disastrously done. You will not gain anything. Please, all eyes must remain on the judiciary. Do not fall for this Ngige paradox. It is a smoke screen. I repeat, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu turns 1 naira to $1, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu makes it possible that the Nigerian passports can travel to every country in the world, I repeat, the process by which he is answering your excellency must be excellent. If not, he should honorably go and come back in 2027 when it will be him versus Atiku and Speed Darlington. I repeat, if a man steals your car, if a man stole your house and is living in your house and is driving your car, but he has repainted your house or repainted your car, he has bought new tires, he has put deck, he has put speaker in the trunk. Anytime he's driving through your hood, he's jamming music in your car has a new paint job, your car is playing beautiful music. As long as he stole your car, there is no point in your brain or in the history of everdom or neverdom where a human being was stolen from and he allowed the person who stole it from him keep what was stolen because he was keeping it well. Even in the law, if you go to the law and say, yeah, this person stole my house, but I mean, since he stole my house, he's been a great guy. He's fenced my house. He put barbed wire. He's even repainted my house. I couldn't afford to repaint my house back then. The law will carry your house and give it back to you to do as you wish. You can leave your house overgrown with weeds. But technically, legally, and on all fronts, that house does not belong to the person. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not win the presidency. Aso Rock does not belong to him. He can go and come back. He can plan and come back with Shetima. And when they come back the next time, they can do it properly, do their nomination properly. But as for this one, they don't get this one or work wrong. They don't work this one well. They didn't. So let us just face this fact. Because according to the Ngige paradox, a lot of you are going to be Anambra citizens between 2003 and 2006. That girl on Twitter, that silly influencer girl that will put a plate of food and eat till she's pot-bellied. I saw a tweet from her today. Hey, maybe we should leave Tinubu. Maybe we should just leave Tinubu. He seems to, just in this 1 week alone, he has caught this person. He is doing this. He has done this. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe I should go to that girl and steal all her properties and keep her properties well and keep them well. And let me see how she would feel. Maybe she would leave all her property with me. Nigerians, last but not the least, there is something called the conformity experiment. Let me read to you the conformity experiment. The conformity experiment is an interesting project idea. You use it to learn about the psychology of conformity. What does the conformity experiment tell you? It was discovered by psychologist Solomon Asch in the 1950s. It demonstrates the impact of social behavior of social pressure on individual behavior. Participants were used to do experiments such as, very funny experiments. Let me explain this. Imagine a scenario and you're in a mathematics class. You're seated at the back of the class. The instructor asks a very simple mathematics question. What is 8 times 4? The answer to that is 32. The teacher now starts asking individual students in the room for the answer. Now imagine that you're in that room. There are 20 students in the room. The teacher asks 19 of the students, what is 8 times 4? And every student says 27, 27, 27, 27. The smart students, 27. The female students, 27. The students in front, 27. If it gets to you as the 20th person, conformity bias dictates that there's a high possibility that 90% of human beings will answer 27, even though they know the answer is 32. Make it not just be like, make I not just be the one way be say, hey, in short, I'm obedient to, but let me start supporting Tinubu now. This one is already president. Make it not be like, say, where if Obi loses in court, it go be like, say, you don't enter conformity bias like this. You don't enter conformity problem bias, they go. Do not fall for the Ngige paradox. It is a conformity bias. Ngige today cannot win an election anywhere in this country. But the man, Peter Obi, is still flourishing politically. Is still they flourish politically, they go. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I cannot be on any space that will be on the top 10 greatest Twitter spaces ever held. But the man who lawfully won the election in Nigeria can be on that space with a bunch of young Nigerians. None of us is an influencer. I want to remind you, neither me, neither Saddam with my 20,000 plus followers, or Saddam with his manageable followers, or Otumba with about 10,000. None of us does influencer numbers. But the rightful president of Nigeria can come on a Twitter space, speak with anybody he feels like, greet some people's parents, have Madam Bolale read him a Bible verse, be prayed for by other people, wish General Oluchi a happy birthday, and that space will still be the number 8 greatest space held in the world, because the man is excellent, and the process by which he became excellent is an excellent process. So there will be a lot of Ngige movements by the APC over the course of the next few weeks. Have you heard today that they are planning to ban fairly Tokumbo clothes? They've started again. This is how they were doing rice. They want to stop Okereka so that all of you will buy what are these dresses? Chidema dress that costs
Leave.
150,000.
They want me to begin wearing leave an animal skin.
They
Leave
want
an
you
animal skin. You
you
must go
people.
back to the.
My
People drive
brothers,
force.
when my brothers were relocating to the UK, we went and looked for Okereka jackets, Okereka ski jacket, snow jacket for them. They want people to go and buy Melodia dress, 80,000. They want people to go and support their daughters that have opened money laundering outfits, all in the name of fashion houses. And the worst part about these demons is they will ignore the thousands of young Nigerian youth who are into thrift. The millions of young Nigerian youth who are selling Okereka bags, Okereka outfits, and making a living from it. They will not take them into account. They will tell you that is the textile industry. If the Nigerian textile industry is good enough but cannot compete with Okereka, then what are they good for? If the Nigerian textile industry cannot go and compete outside, then why are you bullying the Nigerian people to follow their textile industry? If they've not found ways to make it more appealing and cheaper, and considering the market and the earning power of the Nigerian people, why are we then deceiving ourselves that we even have an industry? This is what they did with rice. This is what they did with rice and ended up with bags of rice at 48,000. But it's local rice made locally. But meanwhile, minimum wage is 30,000. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will make a lot of nice sounding policies. But I promise you that without empathy, without a plan for the cutting of the cost of governance, anything he's telling you is barbas, because implementation-wise, it will be F9. The removal of subsidy is a fantastic policy. It will save Nigeria a lot. Its implication is what matters. Bola Ahmed Tinubu's implication of subsidy removal was F9. So while you're forming for the Ngige paradox, while you are listening to all these influencers telling you maybe he's not so bad, please remember, the process by which he's answering your excellency was not excellent. And that is what fundamentally matters. He stole a mandate. He should return it first. Let the rightful person do what he's meant to do. And then he, as Bola Tinubu, can learn where he fucked up in this electoral cycle. And if he's coming back again, he can choose to come back properly. If he has 4 more years in him. I have never wished a man death in my life. So Nigerians, please, the Ngige paradox will be played heavily. This party is the party of gaslighting. That word gaslighting never existed in our political sphere till APC started to exist in 2014. And it has come to stay because that is their stock in trade. Don't fall for it. I tell you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will legalize marijuana. He will legalize marijuana. I know he will do everything because eligibility is what he's looking for right now. But he stole the car of Peter Obi. And no matter how many times he paints it, pimps it, puts TV screen, takes it to West Coast Customs, visits exhibits, puts 40-inch rims, puts spinning rims on it, he should first return the car back to the owner. Then we can start discussing the fact that he has always wanted to be a car owner and has no car. And that is how things are done anywhere in the world. They came in via unconstitutionality, and you can see them running unconstitutionality all through, to the point that the leader of the House of Reps is now in the presidency without relinquishing his post in the House of Reps. Please, Nigerians, do not fall for this rubbish. I am an Anambra boy. The Edos will also tell you that when somebody gives you a paradox, trust me, that whenever the person who originally owns the property gets his property back, the way that person will treat the property will prove to you that the usurper who stole that property can never love the property like the true owner of the property. Nobody who steals the child of a woman can ever love that child and raise that child as well as the mother can. It is data. You can't argue with it. So Nigerians, please be wary of this paradox. It will be in your face over the next couple of days. They will impress you. Bola Tinubu might get up today and do a meet and greet of all the 70-year-olds in this country and above. Shake their hands, take picture with them, give all of them $100. Nalayo. Tomorrow, $1 can be $1. Nalayo. As long as the process of which is answering your excellency was not excellent, I'm sorry. Peter Obi is coming. And the election tribunal will be forced to do the needful because they stole this election clean, clear, in front of the people. INEC today, I beat my chest and tell you that if Bola Ahmed Tinubu had won this election clean and clear and had the data and facts to prove it, those data and facts would have been on a documentary on TVC by now. He would have been telling you about it every day. But the first statement he told you with a snicker on his face was, I know many of you did not vote for me. Do you remember what his face looked like when he made that statement during his first speech? Nigerians have a funny memory. We have been so abused. Nigerians can be abused, kidnapped, tortured, beaten. I don't like the word rape, but Nigerians can be abused and manhandled for 24 hours, for 23 hours. But if you free the Nigerian on the 24th hour and give him a lollipop and an ice cream, the Nigerian will turn and say, hey, at least when he was abusing me and raping me, he was using lubricant. The rape wasn't so bad. I don't know. But there are those of us who have a better memory than the average Nigerians. And we hold slights, we hold anger, we hold malice, and we hold revenge. Because we remember the guidelines that were told to us for this election by Mahmoud Yakubu. When we came on the violence space and had a space indicting Mahmoud Yakubu that he was not going to follow the guidelines, Mahmoud Yakubu did a video. That video was to insult us on violence space. He just didn't come out to call violence space, telling us that there is lies, is this, is that. Things it will be transmitted from the polling units. All eyes on the judiciary. We will get back our mandates. Peter Obi is the rightful president of this country. And I promise you, when Peter Obi becomes president, bookmark this last thing I'm saying. That is where you will now see the real hit the ground and running 1 week into governance. And not this bullshit and this charade that we have had over the course of the last few days. I yield. God bless you all and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Let me just add one thing. To that Ngige, when we were talking about Ngige paradox, the only thing he was doing was building roads. And in the usual Nigerian fashion, when you're doing small projects, people will be hitting you. He was just building
Same way
roads.
Wike was doing flyovers. It was just roads, Saddam. There's nowhere you can Google achievements of Ngige that you
It's
see
only roads.
anything apart from roads.
It's just roads. Schools were still, workers were still old salary, people were still, pensioners were still old their
Remember,
pension.
Peter Obi came in and met those problems.
Yes,
Remember,
I had
those
to
are the
fix it
problems
now.
they used to fighting today. The doctors were on strike for 1 year. But there was a governor for 3 years before he got
For
that.
3 years, yeah. Yeah, so he met all those work, but he was just building roads. And Anambarians were telling Peter B, don't contest, allow him to run because he's building road, just road. So you see, it is important for us to understand what this full submission by NCs. But I think let's just keep the conversation rolling. Thank you very much, but I think that part of the space, Joel the Obedient, I hope you do justice for us on that. Well, Nigeria, back to you.
Yeah. NCs, when they see someone preach the sermon.
But before that, please, I will first. I beg guys, check the jumbo throne. Parallel fast have cooked. Please, people should go and eat. Please go to the jumbo throne. Parallel fast have been cooking. Please, people should be retweeting our news now. Be retweeting our news now. Be reading our news now. Vawulence, please.
Please, Nigerians. Sorry, Saddam. Sorry, my brother, well-meaning. Let me just say this in 1 minute. Please, do not feel a drop of pity for Ojiuzo Kalu. I know you people don't feel pity for him. But there's something I drum on this space a lot. Just for the Jeffrey Gottemans and those of you who might not even be Nigerians listening to my voice right now, and you are wondering, why is this man crying in the Senate? Please don't forget that Ojiuzo Kalu, who is getting up today to say Nigeria is unfair to him, Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. Google this thing. Ojiuzo Kalu took the governor that came after him, Theophilus Orji, to a shrine, made Theophilus Orji naked, took pictures with Theophilus Orji, and made Theophilus Orji swear that when he becomes governor, he will pack all the appointments, the same thing they did with Ngige. Ojiuzo Kalu did that in Abia State. This is Google. That man that is crying today is on Google with the governor of Abia State the governor he put after he had done his 2 terms, his boy that he put into office. He made that boy go and swear at a voodoo shrine, that man at a voodoo shrine, took pictures of that man and leaked those pictures when the governor complained that the stress, that what he's requesting as a godfather was too much. Ojiuzo Kalu released the pictures of Theophilus Orji. Google this, Abia, governor, naked, swearing, shrine. And this same Ojiuzo Kalu is now getting up today to tell you people that he wants to be this same man. So that everybody that will be in the Senate, he will carry them to that shrine and swear. You guys, let's not forget these things. These are evil men. This Ojiuzo Kalu's tears is not the kind of tears we should even be cracking jokes of. He still needs to build more bridges. Go and get Google and tell him to go to hell, get lost. We promised a lot of people that they were going
Wait,
to see.
anybody we did like people with the PTR.
No, we know the pity. You know, say they see am for timeline. The Ngige paradox now. Which are they boss people head early now? I don't see. They see am for timeline.
Okay, you guys say no. I don't drink Gary now. No, I use in tears drink Gary. Don't drink
God
Gary.
bless you.
In tears, it's
That
sugary.
man is an evil man.
I guess add more water because the tears they too sugary. I guess make I don't get diabetes. So
His tears are not started. Somebody that
he don't drink in tears.
destroyed Abia State that we're just trying to get back now.
It's a useless one. It's a useless
They
one.
can never be well with him. He will never be Senate president. Rather than that, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please make everything Muslim top down.
In fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu become Senate. Let him become Senate president also.
Finish. Why stop there? If you can make House of Reps work in presidency can work in House of Reps. Carry Keyamo and make him Senate president. Don't even make it an elective office. Are we still following the constitution? When person we know they constitutionally this thing, they president. Bring somebody. Make sure Tinubu the head of the Senate. What are we doing here? Thank you all. God bless.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, N6. I mean, before you started, you talked about the Osumbo paradox. I agree with you. Actually, I think why Anambra's one is very obvious is that Ngige stayed very long. But just to buttress what you said, these things happen, and I just hope Nigerians don't fall for it. I'm just looking at the news in my front here from August 28, 2008. The news headline is Edo pays final year student bursary. I know this was what we had in Edo State when, it got so crazy that even when the court wanted to rule against us, some students, some of us, we were saying, this man, we don't they pay bursary, and they want to remove like this. So I just hope Nigerians not fall for all this.
Sorry, but help me with my theory, especially in the Edo. When the governor came in after Osumbo, did he work? Because Peter Obi came in and dwarfed that Ngige nonsense. But in Osumbo,
our case was,
did the governor come and dwarf Osumbo? Or was he just as awful?
The person that came, just to be fair to him, the person that came after him was Oshomole. So if you are comparing Oshomole to the previous people, maybe to Lucky Binejo, you can say Oshomole tried, but for me,
my brother, if you compare Buhari to Lucky Binejo, Buhari tried.
Exactly. In Nigeria, we do cooperative governance. Some people will say, like I said, I was saying it earlier. I don't know if you were listening to me, that the reason I don't think I can go to Instagram again is the comment section. In the comment section of Instagram, on Instablog, I see people saying things like, at least this one is talking, no. It's even better than Buhari, at least he's talking.
Those ones, see, Instagram will be real life. Instagram will be real life.
They're all fake handles, one, because there hasn't been a mass blocking of them. They're fake handles. And they only on blogs they can comment.
Anyway.
You don't see this guy not cast. This guy, wait, all this Okalu pastor. All this Okalu pastor don't cast. He carry in one account. You see Maxwell, thank you very much. Let me find that and post it. All this Okalu pastor, if you don't know his pastor is that guy where be say he head, be like say caterpillar climb the head. We get rich.
The head no concrete bust. He just rumple small.
You know that supposed to be. If you're on Twitter,
they use Homer Jeep climb the head. The head no grip boss. He just rumple for the two sides.
Saddam, when I see head, now head that guy plays all back, natural all back.
Saddam, this thing is not even funny. Do you know why it's not funny? Because these idiots are the ones that go on people's spaces, they go on people's comment section and type rubbish, and then people go around and say they're obedient, and they're these agbado corn sucking fools.
My sister, at this point in time, if you are obedient and you see anybody write, I was obedient and butterfly kill you there. You don't know what is button. You don't even know what is button you yet. You don't know that. If you don't
I'm obedient, but you are blocked.
I will be saying this in since. That all the Abadu has accounts. They bought accounts. All they give me 2 odds, sure odds. Or Gabe give me 1K now, 2K giveaway. All the giveaway accounts on Twitter, all 90% are in the Abadu camp. So they use many of those accounts transform them to obedient. It's simple now. If I want to turn to a Abadokan right now, just don't be to change my face. Carry one Tunumbu picture put, right? And Tunumbu for president. And post, Tunumbu everywhere. Tomorrow you shall Saddam na Tunumbu. That's what it be now. Now what they do with obedience. When obedience not sit and now be following and be dragging. They're the ones that are involved in, say, you said they'll say Igbos are this, Yorubas are this. They are always the ones in comment sections. Go and check whether they make posts. They don't make posts. So that pastor, Ojizokalu pastor of Abba Diocese, he was caught red-handed by our barrister, UC Maxwell. So I'm going to post his plan account up here. He used this our brothers and sisters who they use green, white, green, cover their mouth. And that profile, you know that profile picture now. He use them. He go one APC space. You don't know that they will cast them. You go one APC space. He dey request for mic. They see the mic. They see the picture. They say this one obedient to. They don't give a mic. Now go down the comment section. Go right. Give me mic now, Pastor. Okay, say, give me mic.
He did
Na
it,
lie. Saddam na
he did
I
lie.
swear. I
he
swear.
did it,
I go
by
post a picture.
mistake, I guess. He did it by mistake because I think possibly he was just trying to like reach out to the person, maybe via DM or switch his account to his original one, and then he
You know,
just
say you know the things say then get sense. You know
They
get
don't get sense.
sense.
Who tells you?
They
They
don't get
don't get
sense,
sense.
my sister.
Saddam, might just show you one thing when they say they catch them. And I won't bust this thing for you. Why I say they
I
catch
will
most of them.
go on.
What they do is that they come on our space, they will record. Now, something about Twitter since I think August or October, September last year, Twitter now does it that if you are not on the speaker section and you are recording the space, your icon will be the last, your AVI will be the last after the last speaker. So if you look at that UC Maxwell's post, the last one, if you see now that your account, that be the last one. But all these APC people will not get sense. So if you want catch person burner, just look in space recording. All in space recording, now one person go there after the last speaker, and then I burner account. So if you look at it, you will see it there. God just punish them.
They messed with the wrong generation, my
Well,
brother.
and you go see and go there all the post to any obedient post. You go there, they talk nonsense. You see, so they don't expose themselves. So by people, please, going forward, they are unleashing many of them just to plus many. You know, they paid many influencers. We told people this in last year. We say they paid many influencers to influence for Tinubu before elections, but the heat of obedience on Twitter, many of them could not do the work. Many of them say, "Oh, guy, I don't fit do this work. I don't go use your 1 million where you give me. I don't chop am. Come begin spoil my 200,000 followers. I don't go fit do am." So many of them kept quiet, but you now see them now coming out with see you, this Tinubu they try you, Uncle Tinubu, baby B, baby T. They will start, watch out. All those people were paid before elections. They could not do the job. They're not going to do the damage control now. But as usual, obedience. Camp in their mentions. Camp there. Drag Satan out of their body. Give them no peace because there's no peace for the wicked. Thank you. When Nigeria, back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sadam. Thank you very much. I mean, it's crazy that the last 1 hour of this piece so far have been epic. Anyway, let's just take our last set of speaker. I'm just laughing because we almost landed up where NCs came, but NCs took it to like another level. Thank you very much, NCs. That was very.
Well, meaning, you know, the funny thing is, NCs don't miss this violence space. So he hasn't actually heard me speak about this conformity experiment. I don't post the
Exactly.
video.
When he was speaking, I said, you don't say Jimmy don't do this. Jimmy don't drill us well on.
No. Now from Jimmy now I collect this thing. I just did my own small research on the side. It wasn't in my original submission. Thank you
Because
very
that
much,
is
Jimmy.
exactly what is going on. That is what is going on right now. So if we keep clamoring on it, it is because that is what they are doing, and we figured it out, guys. We are doing this for a purpose. We are doing this for the people. We don't just come here to just talk. I'm at home right now with my kids now, but I'm still on space. I mean, I have plans with my friends, summer plans. We get a helicopter ride where we want to. I know if we go because I did space. We have our lives abandoned one place just to make sure we speak to the people. We want to encourage people and let them know it's not going to be business as usual, and we're going to do it. I have a lot of my family friends that are not talking to me. I don't care. I do not care. We have one thing in common here. Myself, Saddam, and every well-meaning Nigerians here. We want a better country. And that's the passion that keeps pushing us. Nobody's fucking giving us any money. Nobody's feeding us. We're doing it with passion because we want a better country. And we will keep doing it. We're not going to yield. Thank you. Back to you, Wilmini.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jimmy. I think I told somebody today. It's the natural move that come with it. And if you look at a lot of us that probably maybe are vocal, because the truth is that there are many strong obedient that don't come to space to speak. Yeah, but I usually tell people, for me, I personally just want to get to the end of this. I'm on the Peter Obi side. Let's get to the logical conclusion. Let's see if the judiciary is willing to sell Nigeria for a 30 pieces of silver. Let's just, even everybody will say, oh, you are waiting for the judiciary. They will do it. Oh, let us wait. By then, we will now know that, okay, this Nigeria, if it cannot work for everybody, it will not work for anybody. We cannot, nobody, but let's get to that point. Let's just follow Peter Obi to that point and know that, oh, we've done everything legally possible. I tell people that I don't care about
Look
the
at what that
outcome.
silly president of Senegal is doing. You arrest the opposition, this thing, put rape charges on the man's head. The man quietly go court come on rape charges. You can't arrest them. Election is next year. You have done 2 terms. You want to do an illegal 3rd term. The people look you say, okay, down be say no wahala. Sure, you go do election. We go vote for the other candidate. You can't say the man go win. You now use your fake malami to accuse a political candidate of corrupting the youth. That was the charges, and gave this man 2 years in prison. The whole country is scattered. See which one be corrupting the
Everywhere they
youth?
catch
Let's say
fire
the
now.
man. Everywhere
Everywhere they
born.
catch fire. Then they chest. I know they watch the video. Then they chest police bomb. Police they shoot them going to the chest them. Then they chest police bullet. Police they run.
I saw a
Senegalese
video now
youth.
where police carry armor tank to shoot crowd of people. The policeman no even fit come out in head from that armor tank, enter the gun part to shoot people. They stone them. Now the first video where I see say stone beats person wey hold gun. Just because one leader did 2 terms, wants to do a 3rd term, ran election, and the people said, okay, since you want to bully us, at least this your election, we'll vote. We won't vote for you on 3rd term. He has arrested the opposition candidate, fake charges of rape, second
There
fake
is
charges
what people don't understand. What people don't understand is that this obedient movement,
madness.
there's a wave going on across Africa right now. There's a wave going across Africa. The youths are standing up across the continent. Senegal is not far. Senegal is West Africa like us. It's not far. When we talk this thing, people don't understand what is happening on social media. That's why you can stay in your comfort of your house. I know what's happening in America, what's happening in China, what's happening in France. What you know, because Senegalese saw the movement, the uprising of the movement, and said, "Nah, lie. It is springing." So the world knows it is happening. It is happening. So let us just follow the due process. We'll get there. Those are the one. They say those are please all our quotas, our philosophers, please help me. Those that make
Those
peaceful
that make
revolution,
peaceful revolution
please
impossible, make
violence this in what Continue.
inevitable. All right,
Inevitable.
thank you very much. Let's just quickly take Richard. So just finish your submission. I know before your network drops, you go ahead.
In fact, I don't mind the network. Thank you very much. So I
The
think
network he called me. He said the English is too further. That the English is too much.
oh my God, can you stop? Please stop it. All right, thank you.
Hey, wow.
Say that not the easy yo this kind matter. Say that not the easy yo this kind matter.
Please go. You guys should just allow me make my submission before network throw me off again. I'm begging you guys so.
My sister, go on. I'm right behind you.
Thank you, Mary, my darling. Okay, yeah. Like I was trying to point out before the network knocked me off. Well, meaning I said, I'm not going to say that too again. Let me continue. Like what I was trying to clear the air when some persons are saying Emefiele was the reason why Tinubu lost the elections. Fellow Nigerians, don't be fooled. Emefiele was not the one who was reintegrating terrorists whom have killed the loved ones of Nigerian citizens. These loved ones, these people, after losing loved ones, they are in IDP camps suffering with no food, not knowing where the next meal is coming from, whereas Buhari is sowing kaki and giving them jollof rice, according to Ruben Abati of the Arise TV. And then Emefiele too did not call the brilliant Nigerian youths lazy in an international community. By God's grace, Nigeria is known all over the world as the most brilliant black race on earth. Who do you think are the brilliant people? Do you think it is the likes of Buhari or Tinubu that can't even show anyone their certificate? No classmates, nothing, nothing. Of course, it is the youth of Nigeria. But he went out to say, we are lazy. So this lazy youth, we can't decide to cook for them, okay? And of course, when people cook for you as an individual, you cannot, in fact, the sight of itself, you will lose your appetite because you won't even know where to start from. And then Emefiele was not the one that closed the Nigerian border. Seizing market women, those market women that were going to Cotonou, some borrowing money from a Zimomo, they call them, Ajo, whatever name they call them, they go there to borrow money to go there to buy rice, only for you to seize those rice. And then you say they are poisonous. But during COVID-19 lockdown, Buhari said they should share the rice. They are no longer poisonous. These were Nigerians' hard-earned money. You never paid them back. And then you expect the same people to come and vote APC again? It is not possible. Even if na juju sefe, it declare come off from, you get where you go so far, with that juju, it go run leave you. That's exactly what happened. And then also, again too, Emefiele was not the one who went everywhere, running up and down, borrowing money for people to steal. Accountant General alone stole about 170 billion naira. In this same country where some Nigerians cannot even boast of 1 square meal in a day, not to talk of 3. So long story short, Buhari did a whole lot of things to jeopardize, as in the man used his incompetence to kill the party APC. And that was why they were doing everything. If it means to kill, if it means to steal in broad daylight, anything, just to get to power, because they know that they did not do anything to warrant the people to say, oh, let's.
Oh my God, no way. Tell me it's just me.
I can't hear her too.
Yeah, it's been struggling from my end for a while.
When I talk and say that the network people they call me say she go say a lie. They say the AI they complain say the English the bandwidth where the English they pass through it's not English enough.
Anyway, I think she has made a lot of points. Emefiele failed, but that's not why Tinubu lost the election. All right. Thank you very
My
much.
sister, come back. Oh. You have 30 seconds. You must finish this your submission.
All right, Obedient. Over to you.
I just come here, can't do fact check. I beg, we dey talk and say we did the top 10. We get 2 spaces on the top 10 that same day. Both spaces, might even put them for Jumbotron. Both spaces we will host. One of them will parallel fact handle, 9 records, 223,000 tuning. The number of people on that space before it crashed was 34,000 or so. Let's just say 35. The second space, 219,000 tuning. Number of people on that space was 35k plus. The space when they carry number 10, now 44k people come. It not reach our own number. Number 11, 27k people now turn up. It not reach our number. So at least either we collect 9 and 11, man, I could leave 10 for them. We get among the top 2 spaces. We have to put that on record. Whoever did this thing, we have to fact check him. Secondly, I beg, I need to find that idiot, that pastor when carry cornrow for head. In second burner accounts, I will put it also. I'll put it as a tweet. My show now, so that I'll feel hunt. Those of now when they follow, I only know the name. I never jam them for space. One by one, all of them they go they burn them. They get fake accounts when they say they spoil our name. Although we know say some of us not well, but you get the ones when they spoil our name. That's all I came for. Thank you.
Thank you, Jobide. Jobide, will go through. Jobide, you want to take people who do the statistics to court. All right. Thank you very much. But that was actually true. That's actually true. For people that followed that day, that's what actually happened.
Well, meaning, I'm sorry, I want to make a short submission because
Go on.
people still get this Emefiele thing wrong. I think a lot of people don't even know, minus the reasons he was arrested and everything. A lot of people don't know the crimes of this man. Let me read you an article by pulse.ng, the 10 unforgivable sins committed by Emefiele. Because
I beg,
hold,
no vex.
I'm
No
just
vex, I
yes,
beg.
Adam.
No
I'm
vex.
just going
I
to give
beg.
the headlines. I'm not going into details. Just hold on.
No, you said some people do not know. No, be Nigeria with it.
No. You know the problem. We have reached the 24th hour, the 23rd hour. Some people are now forgetting the last 8 years. So let me just remind you people of some of the evils that this man did, because people don't realize that this man was governor for 9 years. He took over the CBN in 2014. Number one, the Naira plunged to an all-time low under Emefiele. Emefiele met the Naira at 119 Naira to the United States dollar in 2014 when he arrived office. As at Friday last week, the Naira was reading 750 to 780 Naira to the dollar. Please, I need you to understand. This man met the Naira at 100.
Ensis, please. Let me ask you one question. Ensis, please.
Yes.
Do you know why? I will not agree with this your submission.
Yes.
It's because I did not see you people blaming Sanusi under Jonathan or blaming Soludo under Obasanjo. Blame Buhari. Leave Emefiele. Emefiele is a house boy.
That's what
He's
I'm
a house boy.
saying. Salam, don't worry
Let's leave this
yourself.
man alone, please. They have done their work.
I am getting there.
Let's blame Buhari.
My brother. I'm getting there. Please, you people should remember that any flaws of Emefiele, any failures of Emefiele are the failures of the man who gave him that job for 9 years. So when you hear Emefiele, please add Buhari and Oshibanjo inside this matter. Buhari and Oshibanjo met the Naira at 190, and when they left, it was 780. Number two, he banned crypto trading. And this was arguably on record one of the biggest blows Emefiele dealt to the youth population of Nigeria, even going as far as prohibiting banks from dealing in crypto or facilitating payments of crypto to young Nigerians. That ban on crypto trading forever is a stain on that government. Number four, he accused a website of causing the Naira's devaluation, probably one of the most ridiculous acts from an apex bank governor anywhere in the world. Frustrated by his failure to rescue the failing Naira, in September 2021, Emefiele went as far as accusing Aboki FX of economic sabotage. This platform, all they used to do at Aboki FX was to publish the daily foreign exchange rates in the parallel markets. Okay. After that, did the Naira stop free falling? No, it didn't. Number five, Emefiele dabbled into politics, which is something that no other CBN governor has ever done. And I'll always remind you people, it is the impunity that Buhari and Oshibanjo laid down that allowed for this man to do it. He bought a presidential form at 100 million Naira each and participated in the APC primaries. Number five, Emefiele
Sorry,
introduced
MCs.
Naira.
He get branded cow. Branded cars. Ready for
Yes,
his
he
campaign.
had
Yeah.
all of that. You're very right. He also introduced Naira recoloration and a fake cashless policy that only went as far as impoverishing Nigerians. And a lot of people said that this was just revenge and he was reeling from his failed presidential bid. Emefiele decided to get back at the politicians who he believed destroyed his dream of being president and sold a dummy Naira redesign and cashless policy backed up by Buhari, who also had the same vendetta against certain APC politicians from the primaries. This policy turned out to be chaos. Number 7, Emefiele, like it or not, whether it's propaganda or not, has been accused of being a financier of terrorism by the DSS. Emefiele, from what we are hearing, has been financing IPOB. I don't think you people, this fact is something that people have been sleeping on. From what we are hearing, Emefiele has been financing IPOB. There are stories that Emefiele has been financing terrorists. Emefiele probably was a conduit by which people were financing terrorism in this country. There are reasons why I'm telling you, and always remember that everything I'm telling you, Emefiele, the CBN governor can only act on the knowledge of the president, disperse funds on the knowledge of the president, enact policies on the knowledge of the president, and the approval of the vice president, who is head of the economic team. Let me remind you people how evil this man is. Whether they arrested him or they didn't arrest him, Emefiele refused to pay Paris Club refund. He refused to pay Paris Club refund. The suspended CBN governor was invited and ordered to pay a payment of $70 million debt. Till today, Emefiele has only released $17 million, leaving $53 million in unpaid debts. Person will give you $53 million debt as you enter as governor, whether you be in party man or you don't be in party man, you go first arrest them. Emefiele failed to tame inflation in the country. Inflation rose in Nigeria from 9% to 22%. This is an 18-year high. It has never happened in the history of this country. Number 10, Emefiele was also accused of illegally printing money for the federal government of Buhari and Osinbajo to the tune of 22 trillion naira, an action considered to be illegal for the CBN. I repeat, the last crime of Emefiele. Emefiele was accused of printing money for the federal government to the tune of 22 trillion naira, an action considered illegal by every single facet of the Nigerian law to be taken over and committed by the CBN.
Let me come in here. You see this thing?
I
You
rest
see
my
this?
case.
You see one thing you read down that is nice. Just like you reading Sergeant Rogers kill 50 people. Sergeant Rogers kill 100 people. Sergeant Rogers kill
God
1
bless
million
you.
people. Sergeant Rogers is just a sergeant. Problem was Abacha
Taking orders.
taking orders. Anything. Emefiele is a boy. I will never spend my time. Emefiele for me is a good man. Emefiele is a very good man. If you want to call
He's a
crime,
loyal soldier.
he's a loyal soldier. So there's nothing he would have done that he did behind the back of Buhari. Buhari stood with him to the very end, to the last second. Buhari was with him to the last second, fighting with him, supporting him. When they said they wanted to arrest him, yes, arrest him. Buhari sent army to go and save him. So he did everything that Buhari wanted. If he did not do what Buhari wanted, Buhari would have removed him now. So let us not, whatever they want to read here is what
God
Buhari
bless
did.
you. Please remember every
I've never
crime
seen
of
one day.
Emefiele.
I've never seen one government they came out and start calling. When we went to recession first time in Nigeria, under Buhari, in 1985. But who was the CBN governor then? Do we know?
82.
Do anybody know the CBN governor then? Nobody know. But went to recession under Buhari then. A bad leader is a bad leader. Let us hold the top first. Top first. One start focusing on all these boys. But Emefiele is just a boy. He's just a pawn in these people's chess game. They're trying to use him and all those this thing. Let him be say Emefiele kill, be shake out. Emefiele is a boy. Tinubu, your serious, go and arrest Buhari. Arrest Buhari. Emefiele did everything he did under the influence of Buhari, support of Buhari, backed by Buhari, sponsored by Buhari, printed money for Buhari. Arrest Buhari, stop arresting Buhari's boys. It's simple. Don't mind these people.
Constitutionally, self, he cannot even do anything without the approval of Buhari.
Do you understand? Because when Buhari, not be Buhari come out, they make speech say, we're not going to go back on the Naira design. It's not Buhari that came out and did all those speech. Buhari came out and defended the Naira design. The man is just a fall. He's just the him as scapegoat, as usual, to make people and distract us from our court case. I beg, no mind these people. I beg. APC. This week when we enter, I will carry fire. Yeah, until you arrest Buhari before you go arrest Tinubu. I beg.
They don't do another distraction, or the suspended head of NMPC. When we wake up when Nigerians
Okay.
wake up in the morning, that's our distraction for the day.
Come ask Samal, who be the minister of petroleum, my brother?
Muhammadu Buhari.
Wait, now they would
You
see.
know,
Wait till me. I want to talk first. Now see, there's one thing. If you remember, for people that have been long on violence, please, there's one thing that Ember politics need to sink every time. Like Saddam said, Buhari is to blame. I want to even take it a step further. The Guardian, March 29th. I just pinned it on the Jumbotron. The Guardian, March 29th, 2017. FG states using Tinubu's economic policies, says Adeosun. So, even Tinubu economic policy is part of the problem that led to where we are today. This Tinubu that is here now. So, for those people that want to blame Emefiele, after you blame Emefiele, go and blame Buhari, then you now end it in the Tinubu himself. Anyway, that's just on the side note. Me,
they left. If you count in Tinubu's office, Emefiele is not number 1, not number 2, not number 3, not number 4, not number 5, not number 6, not number. If you count hierarchy in Tinubu's government, Emefiele is just in front of top 10. Where we say no, so there's no same person in that Tinubu's government that would have come out and hold Emefiele. What the fuck are you doing? Arrange this country? No. They are not fine
well,
scapegoat.
Emefiele's only
And not
crime
putting
is
on the man.
loyalty. I think that's his only crime.
Yes, it was loyal to criminals. And in the den of criminals, there's no loyalty.
He was too loyal to. I said people. Oh God, Malami was instructing Emefiele to print money. Malami. So Emefiele is anybody that come as long as you are coming for Buhari, no problem. He does not agree with you. So I think that's the only crime he made. They should go and find every other person. That's why I told you people that this Emefiele's thing will not last 2 weeks. The people that Emefiele, oh God, 2 weeks, forget. You don't finish. You not go. Emefiele feed day.
Emefiele are these people Desiani.
Exactly.
You know, Tinubu,
exactly.
waiting Buhari distract Nigerians for like five months at Desiani. Any person in Desiani still. You now go begin to see Emefiele get golden boxers, get diamond boxers, get diamond. They will tell you I've got to Emefiele have 600 million houses in Dubai everywhere. Emefiele have 27 trillion cars. Emefiele have just to distract people.
After them go settle down with Bahamas passport.
Exactly.
Tomorrow you go here say Emefiele na CBN governor for St. Kitts.
You know,
Story finish.
we know their way. We know their story. These people they are not. When people say they're master strategists, they don't get sense. Now rinse and repeat they do. Rinse and repeat because we always fall for it. Rinse and repeat.
Please, before we round up, before we take our last set of speakers, please, in fact, that's what I was talking about Instagram just now. Actually, please, and I really want to urge everybody. I know the parallel fact team, they will not come and say this, so me, I will say it. We really need people to. I know some time back on the space, there were a couple of people that will say, "Oh, how can we support parallel fact?" And the truth is that because the team doesn't want to bother a lot of people, but like I said on that space, please, if you want to support parallel fact in any way, especially with regards to promoting it on Instagram, because like I've been saying, we need to promote parallel fact on Instagram and on Facebook. Those places where those people will be like, say, I don't know where they come at. We need to promote it. So please, if you are good with like Instagram ads, if you are good with like Twitter ads, and you know you want to help and promote parallel fact, you are totally welcome and free. Just reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Saddam. You can reach out to NCs. Just say, okay, I want to help promote parallel fact on any platform. Reach out to Jimmy. Anybody you reach out to, Sha. Don't worry, we'll get it. As long as not promo, you won't help us. That's one way you can really support the parallel fact, to be honest. So please, that's a way to go. And I'll keep saying this because we need to get parallel fact now. These media people, they've gone haywire. I'm telling you, tomorrow they might tell you that court have dismissed. In fact, they can say anything. So please, we have to put parallel fact out there. Twitter is congested. We have a lot of information on Twitter. Like everybody for Twitter woke. The comment section I said I saw on Instagram, I did a comparison. I came to Twitter to look for that same comment section from Instablog on Twitter. The response was so different. Why So please, guys, anyway you can help promote Parallel Fact on Instagram, on Facebook. Let's also invade those other social media. It will be very helpful. All right, so let's just take our last set of speakers. I know we've gone on and on. Rita, don't time. Lisa, just do prayer space announcements. Look with this.
Yes, so you never help me talk, I mean, thank God I come back up. Oh. Joe, Nigerians, please, oh, I came back up because of this one. See, you guys have heard it. Case that they supposed to rule on, our lawyers, they say them forget. Kinikon, they go strike them out. Abeg oh, please come and join us in our prayer space. That spirit of forgettiveness or forgetfulness, we've not been praying about it. But right now, is my number one prayer point. Because the fact is, our case is just so beautiful. All these guys, we the only thing when they get now that they are nonsense juju when they do. So we need to use the blood of Jesus to cancel everything, every as in bobo, and then we need to cancel. So please, if you can, come to our prayer space 1:30 to 4. If you cannot come, I beg as you pray your own personal prayer, put this whole case for God hand, because like seriously, these guys know nothing other than to steal, do jars and everything. And we know sabi do jars. Now they want the got pata of them all, which is God. Now we get, and one with God is majority. So please come to our space, join our prayers. If you don't have the time to come, please do it yourself at home and let this be your number one prayers point. I was in prayer point. Any spirit of forgetfulness, Baba God, I cancel, I destroy, I fire. In only that one self, if you pray now, no wahala. Please do it. Thank you very much. I yield. Love
Thank
you
you very
all.
much, Rita. Just to clarify, not to, really to clarify, I know there was this talk about the lawyer. I mean, if you listen to Sanu Kutepa in their interview this evening, he said when they asked him about that interrogatory that the court struck out today, he said there are many ways to kill a rat. So that was his response. For people that maybe think, this, I mean, I understand I want a perfect case, and which is we really need it, to be honest. But like Sarah had said earlier, and I think Lucy Maxwell said, interrogatories were just some set of questions. In fact, I think I'd seen some people say it's questions like, oh, when did the server go off? Why did this one upload and this one did not upload? Those kind of questions. So they are sent it to INEC for INEC to respond to it. And that's what it just is. And of course, they will always find a way to still get the answers. Here, INEC will present witnesses. Do you know what I mean? So one way or the other, they will still bring it out. And the judge is watched TV today. So I just want people to not, see that as like, oh, this is like a one thing that has ended, one big thing. It's important, but I mean, there are many ways to kill a rat. So thank you very much, Rita. All right, let's quickly go to Attacker. Attacker, please, you can do this in 2 minutes. It will be very helpful.
Well, I mean, how far now? Saddam, just that my network is just doing off. So let me just tell some people that even though that they've been shouting Emefiele this, Emefiele that, he know they move anybody. See this nonsense that I've been seeing some influencers say, this and that, he the ground running. Do you know the kind of suffer that a lot of people suffer for good 8 years? And they are telling us he the ground running. These people did the grace, honestly. Did the grace. If you want to do something, arrest Buhari. Simple. Only that COVID alone, just 3 months of that COVID alone. That 3 months of COVID alone that people suffered is even enough for you to just carry all the entire cabinet of Buhari from top to bottom, carry them, put for Kujo prison completely. And they are telling me that they arrest Kiari, they arrest NMPP, this and that, Emefiele. I don't even understand what people are saying. Well, I know very well that a lot of grassroots people don't even care about what Emefiele is. Don't even know who be Emefiele self. Let me just say some people. Don't even know. What they know is that for the mere fact that APC have suffered Nigeria for good 8 years is unforgivable.
And we have to hold that grudge until APC, anything that you want to do, because I don't see anything that APC can be able to do. Is it they have carried their best? It was even Tinubu's best that was in Buhari's cabinet. Is it there like, is it Festus Keyamo that can talk rubbish up and down, propaganda up and down? Someone that will come to the national scene and say you are going to fight you people, propaganda by propaganda. That is going to be in the cabinet, and I don't even know what people are saying. Keep the ground running for what? Well, what I know is very well is that some people will have already collected money. It doesn't really concern. It doesn't really move a lot of people, because for these 8 years that people suffered under APC is unforgivable. And that grudge, you must hold it. You must hold it very, very well. Well, I'm just happy the way that this man is just crying, say the Nigeria is unfair to him. You have never even started. Well, good luck to Ojizo Kalu, because I know very well that Abia State people are even laughing at him as he's even crying in that place. I yield.
All right. Thank you very much, Ataka. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we'll have our last speaker for today, which will be NASA. NASA, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay, 2 minutes.
I'm here. Thank you, Romy. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everybody. I don't know how, this is my first time speaking here, so I don't know how you operate. I don't want to, break any rules or regulation created by you guys. I heard when you were speaking to somebody about, when if it's your first time and you don't know how they are there. So, from what I heard, all protocols duly observed. I hope I got that right. Okay. First of all, I wanted to, what brought me up was to ask NSYS a question. I'm from Anambra, by the way, NSYS from Umoji. So when you were talking about
Ngige.
oh God. Yeah, the paradox. I saw that on the Jumbotron, but then I went to play my volleyball game. I was like, hope they're not going to talk about this before I come back, because it was noisy. I had to drop my phone aside. So, but then I wanted to ask a question. If they could somebody could, talk to me about the paradox actually. So, but when you started talking about it, I was like, thank God, I had to listen carefully. So then, I was, born and brought in Lagos, but then I spent 7 years in Anambra State in Onitsha, to be precise, in Jordan, Junction, thereabout. So, but then I know when this guy Chimaruk, no, Mbadinuju was the governor, and during those times when the Bakassi people, we're roaming about in Anambra State and all that. So my question now is, you said something about Chimaroke Mbadinuju, killing people, and the question is, does that mean he knows, like he was the one that recruited those Bakassi people, and the fact that those during that time those people have power, like they gave them power to kill, according to them, armed rebels or kidnappers or anything. Maybe the ideology then was, if they should carry their machetes and put close to you and it turns red, which means you're a bad person. No meaning, why are you laughing? I was
Thank you.
even
I like that you remember the details. So continue. I'm here.
Yeah, no, of course I do. I do, because it was all over, and we were close to anybody that knows Jordan shopping mall would definitely at the mall junction there would definitely know that, because there was a time that they killed so many people in front of those places, and so many heads
It
were
was a
rolling on
total
the floor.
breakdown of law and order. Imagine a state governor approving that a ragtag militia called Bakassi Boys would go around doing what would have been the job of the police. If you remember, Anambra was going through a total breakdown of law and order. Matter of fact, let me even take you to Google, because one thing I like to do is I don't like making the words my own. I like you to read yourself. In 2005, allafrica.com Go and read this. Igwe's family asked the IG of police to arrest Mbadinuju over the NBA boss and his wife's murder. The family of Mr. Barnabas Igwe, the former chairman of the Onisha Bar Association, who was brutally murdered alongside his wife Amaka on September 2002 in Awada area of Onisha, allegedly by the outlawed Bakassi boys. Let me read that headline for you again. Because you need to remember that somebody who is 21 years old today would feel very, very old, but something that happened in 2002 is still very recent for someone like me who's 38, 39. So let me read it for you again. The family of Barnabas Igwe, who was the former chairman of the Onisha Nigerian Bar Association, was murdered alongside his wife September 1st, 2002 in Awada by the outlawed Bakassi boys. They've called on the Inspector General to reopen the investigation into the murder, saying that they feel that the former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chinwoke Mbadinuju, has a case to answer in that double killing. Now, this is important because the Igwe said that the position was anchored on a recent petition written by the prime suspect in the murder, somebody called Prince Kenneth Emefiele, who was currently standing over trial for that murder. Now, Emefiele was then given bail under suspicious circumstances. Chinwoke Mbadinuju, I always make the mistake, Chinwoke Mbadinuju never ran for a second term. Always remember this, my sister. Nigeria was in the military government for years. We got into democracy in 1999. The governor of Anambra State did such a chaotic job that the head of the Nigerian Bar Association for Onisha had court cases against him for his impunity, how many times he had broken the constitution, and the fact that he had created such a breakdown of law and order in the state that the police did not operate in Anambra State. Rather, we had our own version of his bar, or what could have even turned into Boko Haram in the Bakassi boys. Now, you are right. Remember, Bakassi boys will just be walking on the road. They might see you with your brother. They'll bring one shining knife. They'll put on your brother. They say if he turns red, that means he's not a cultist. They'll put the knife will go turn red. They'll just behead somebody's brother on the road. And that was that they were fighting crime. But it was all a lie, and it was a militia set up by Chinwoke Mbadinuju to take care of his political enemies. We were not this savvy then. We were not this smart then. Until the head of the Nigerian Bar Association knew this, and this man used Bakassi boys, murdered the man and his wife. And I think the wife was pregnant. I can't really remember the details. That was the last scandal the man did. The person who was caught for that crime, he ended up bailing that guy out of prison under suspicious circumstances. And Chinwoke Mbadinuju and that man disappeared from the Nigerian public knowledge till I think I don't know if he died recently or something like that. Always remember your history so that it doesn't repeat again. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Sorry, well-meaning. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of questions, especially when it comes to Anambra, and it's a sad thing that I really, really, really do not. When it comes to Anambra, like after I left there, that was 2005. I really do not care about what's going on there again because of all the. It's bizarre when you're going to church, you're seeing dead bodies being burnt alive. You see people gather. You
They would
see,
behead boys and play football with their heads.
yes,
Let's do something, my sister. Reach out to me in the DM so that we don't clog up the space.
okay.
I'm open to answer any question you have. I have an entire dossier of things you can read up from Anambra, at least from 1999 to when Peter Obi left governance. So let's not clog up the space. It's a bit late, and I know we are rounding up shortly. Send me a DM. My DMs are open. I will follow up with you and give you any material you need to read. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Anyway, I just the last one for Audrey Zakalo. I mean, he's still doing Netflix and chill series. Movie title: Cry Me a River. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for
All
meaning.
right,
Thank
thank you
you,
very much,
Saddam.
Asa.
Thank you, everybody. I'm grateful.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to
I beg
everybody.
somebody, she just gave me an idea. Please, someone should help me do a meme playing that Cry Me a River in the background with Juice or Carlos' face.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, thanks to everybody that came up to the space. I mean, I know there are probably people that requested and we didn't see the request. It's always very crazy. But before I probably hand over to maybe NC's Jimmy and Saddam, I just quickly want to let people know that we need to keep pushing. Just why we're on this space. Uncle Akaji or one of the groups requested for something I read yesterday. Somebody was saying yesterday that I think we need to, even if you don't trust the judiciary, like you don't want to have eyes on the judiciary, you feel like, oh, they are just whatever. Like you just feel like you don't. Please, you can just go ahead with eyes on Peter Obi. Try to follow Peter Obi. Somebody drew attention, like said something yesterday on the 1 million man space that um, the way Peter Obi is taking this case, you would almost think that Peter Obi was more prepared for court than for election. I think Peter Obi kind of just knew that, okay, I will do what I can do to win the election, but I know these people will try to do something, so I'm ready for court. When the person was saying it, it reminded me of this Peter Obi's tweet, and I read it yesterday on the space, but I'll just read it again, like a tweet that I think somebody also mentioned it quite recently. On the first of on the 15th of January 2022. So this was when the real conversation wasn't yet about who would become president. It wasn't election mood had not really set in, to be honest. That was around AFCON period that they were playing in 2022 because of COVID and all that. Some kind of. So he said, Peter Obi tweeted, he said, in a season of gloom, the Super Eagles have again given us a reason to celebrate and be hopeful. Keep the flags flying. Hashtag AFCON 2021-PO in his usual manner. Then somebody in the comment section says, sir, if at the end of this month and you don't declare interest for presidency in 2023 election, then be ready for a legal action from me. Leave AFCON 2021 for Orji Uzokalu. I just laugh because we are talking about Orji Uzokalu. Leave AFCON 2021 for Orji Uzokalu. That's his calling, not yours. Your calling is excellent economic leadership. Congrats. That's what the person replied. Then Peter Obi responded to the person. Very short response. Peter Obi said, I wish I knew your real name. But the truth is, I don't have money to spend on court case, so give me some time. This tweet was from January 2022. This way, which was when people had not even gotten to
Because he don't know say he go enter court case.
So exactly, I know I read this, but I need people to know that the Peter Obi that we are dealing with, I mean, every obedient you can move, Peter Obi will still go to court. See, it's not, if you like, be obedient and say I love Peter Obi, but it's not that's your own business. Peter Obi will still go to court. You see the way they prepare coming to court. All those screens, like I say Peter Obi, they don't want to arrange them before election ahead. All those puff-puff bosses, they don't buy and dance since. So Peter Obi is ready for this. He just needs us to, help him keep going. He doesn't need us to help him keep going, but let's just bring that traction to it to make it very difficult or impossible for the judges to do the wrong thing. I think it was Dr. Olu that was saying earlier that it will get to a point and the evidence will be so overwhelming. The judges, even if they have collected money, they will have to cut in and say, sir, see, the way this case is, there's nothing, there's nothing we can do, sir. Just send your account number, let's send the money back. That's if you have collected money. So, guys, that's our own job. Let's bring more traction to the case. Let's keep doing what we are doing and doing more. And at the end of the day, personally, I believe that with God on our side, we can succeed. So let's just keep doing what we are doing. All right, but don't forget to please promote Parallel Facts. Please, I beg. Sorry, Mary White, your hand is up.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say one last thing. It's been a while since I've seen Sizzle on the space, and I miss calling him One Name Mother. So One Name Mother, thanks so much for the submission, and really I miss calling you One Name Mother. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, and God bless. That's it.
Okay, all right. So I think basically that's it for me. So guys, Peter Obi was ready. In fact, be like saying go count him money. If I go, as I say that, if I go check your account balance, this money we day go reach for court. So as he checked, it said, okay, it will be enough. Okay, I can now contest. So Peter Obi is ready. The question is, are you ready? All right, let me just quickly. I don't know if Caesar will still have something to say or Jimmy before Saddam comes up.
No, none whatsoever. Continue, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to say. I mean, we've said everything today, and it was beautiful, beautiful. We need to let Saddam go and sleep now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very, very much. Oh, and I don't try to do. Thank you very much. I just want to, as I yield and close the space, I just stumbled on a tweet I want to share with you guys. And there's this guy. His name is Dixon. I think you guys should know him. Wiz Arab. He posts all this and I send me anonymous messages. And he posted one. The person said, "Mr. Wiz, I regret not doing Yahoo when my guy first told me in 2017. By now, I for don't collect better block, but now I am drowning in debt, and that my guy has built 12 flats, married with kids, has several lands, drive an 8 million Lexus. Me here, Sapa won't kill me, and I did plenty debt." And hard as it was, somebody commented on that and said, "It is never too late to start, bro. Chop 2 IDME, your life will change small." People were now under the comment. I probably will post that comment for you to see. But this guy that told him chop to something was not going on the thread, talking about just proudly talking about fraud on the thread, discuss about fraud. As in he has a blue tick actually. People explain to people about fraud on the thread. If somebody say, "Are you be loader?" He say, "Yes, he be loader 100%." Oh my goodness. Somebody said, "I regret not doing it too, bro. Not too late." He said, "Put hard work on your hustle, you go bizarre." So as he was just saying this, I had to just hit his account and check. Lo and behold, my mind told me he's a typical Tinubu supporter. You need to see this. So when we come out and say this, you should understand that when you're fighting these good fights, that 90% of people that stand with Tinubu are criminals. They are criminals, they are fraudsters, they don't think like that, they don't believe in hard work, they don't believe in smart work, they just believe that Nigeria, that everybody should be the proceed of crime. They believe that the proceed of crime is the way of life. These are the people we are dealing with. So when I'm saying this for you to understand that you should not dissipate your energy going forward to talking to some people. These people are the dredge of the society. Do not waste your time with these people. When you see them comment in your comment block, you have no business having discussion with them. If you're in a space, they come up there, you leave. There is no discussion with these people. They are not humans to me. I don't see this as human beings. They are the reason why Nigeria is where it is today. So please, guys, going forward, it is also I just saw that I was like, I'm going to share it for people on Saturday. These are the people.
Sadam, you know, my phone just gave me a notification for something that happened in 2020, and I wept for this country. Do you remember that the Buhari administration put an 85-year-old man called Silvanus Unsofo as the Nigerian ambassador to the United States?
To America, yes.
That man had stroke. He could barely move. He was using a walking stick. He was almost like Paul Biya's situation.
And that
man was Nigerian ambassador to the US till he died that position at 86 or 87.
Till he died. Trump saw the guy and Trump wanted to run away. Do
you remember that under sports, they carried a man that used to be a hunter and made the minister for sports, and that man destroyed sports in this country. Good night, brother. Good night.
If we sit on top of this Buhari matter, we're not going to sleep this night, honestly. So guys, please, I just say the one I can say, breathe in, breathe out, and just believe that, honestly speaking, our common will will make a way for us. Please, guys, do not give up as we go into this new week. Stay alert, stay angry, stay active. If you go out and you see any person talking anyhow on the TL, please simply block for mental health. Do not stress yourself. Do not push yourself too hard. Everything will fall in place in due time. Please do not be depressed. If you feel down, reach out to one or two obedience in the DMs. Ask, please. If you reach out to me, please. I can only give you counselorship. I can only counsel you. Please don't ask me for money. I don't have money to give anybody. Please, my DMs I mess people that have house rent, people that have this and that. Please, 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 I beg you to. I beg you. I don't know how to say it. It is painful, but it is the hard fact where we are right now as a country. Please, we're going to do all we can to support ourselves, and we have a plan coming up for our obedience. I want to learn tech. We have we'll have a boot camp for you guys, hopefully this month or maximum next month. It's just the whole schedule we have. We have been having hectic schedules personally, myself and the guys run that are planning to run it. So hopefully by next month maximum, we're going to have that boot camp for you guys. You can learn some skills for yourself. You must, so please do not go and do fraud. Please do not do fraud. Please do not do fraud. Please. Nigeria is difficult, we know, yes, but please do not do fraud. Please. Thank you guys. God bless every one of you. We'll be back here on Tuesday. Hopefully God's time. 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll be back here. Thank you to every one of you. Well, in Nigeria. Thank you, my brother. To my fellow, I could not come back again. N6. Thank you, my brother. Jimmyski. Thank you so much. Joe Obedient, thank you for the work you do. Mary White, Sarah, you love our best. God bless you for the work you do on the ground. Thank you so much. Attackers. Sarah, thank you, my sister, for the work you do also on the court. Pearls. God bless you, my sister. Thank you. Please, guys, for those that pledged money for Dividend's book, please try and fulfill your pledge for us. By coming this week, hopefully we're going to pay for those books this week, and we'll start telling you guys how you're going to get the books. For you that ask for the book, if you need that book, please, it has to be people that you genuinely know you cannot afford the book. Please, if you know you genuinely cannot afford the book, it's 8,500 naira for the book. If you cannot afford the book, please, you can reach out, and you know you will read. Not the one they'll buy and give you, you cannot read. And please, if you genuinely know you're going to read that book, reach out to me in the DM. And if I don't respond to you, please don't be angry. I have hundreds of DMs lined up. I'm still going to respond to everybody in due time. I beg, no vex, please. Yeah.
So, sorry, Saddam. I beg you. If you the person that sent me $100, the person just sent me the 100. I stated it at the beginning of the space. Please let me know what the $100 is for. The person didn't send me message on my DM. I just saw the Zelle in my account. $100. So if you're the one, please reach out to me. So if it's for the book, I can send it to Saddam ASAP. Sorry, Saddam. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. So please, guys, thank you for all of you supporting us. Please, as well, I just said, if you want to sponsor and ads for us on the Power Facts, please reach out to any of us. Reach out to us. Whatever ads you want to sponsor for us, let us know. God bless every one of you that have been supporting. Please read our news. Read our news, please. Do not just see our news and pass. Click it and read it. Our news are not long. Our news are facts. Read our news, mount our news, post it on your stories. Just keep pushing the power and facts for us, because as we stand right there like this, now us be the media. Oh, now power and facts be the media. We don't get media again. Nigeria media are all in the pocket of the con master. So it's important to understand these things and try and help these people that are doing the work behind the scenes. They are just so amazing. So please, the way you can encourage them is by reading the works they do, and they can see the numbers and say, okay, what we're doing is really worth it. But if you those guys just probably like it on Instagram and don't go on Twitter and don't read it, they get discouraged. So please, guys, as they put in the work, also put in the readership work for them also. Thank you very much, every one of you, for always being with us on the platform. It's always a pleasure, and the drawing the curtains is the most difficult part for me. Thank you, Arigosaki. All of you that could not get the mic to speak again, I'm sorry. It was not intentional, just because maybe I did not see you, or it is over time already. Thank you, my big brother, Big Mag. I see you, sir. Guy Kena, Mr. Ken, every one of you, the blue tick, I see every one of you. Thank you guys. Orobs, I see